Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Island Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 270, season 11. Today's date is October 29th, 2023. And welcome to the show. Yes, I am back with part two of yesterday's episode of Chicago Business I Would Like to Return from the Dead. It's a Halloween episode. So today I will talk about which businesses I like to return, and the topics are, like, for example, movie theaters, restaurants, toy stores, bakeries, and some odds and ends. So this will be fun, and we'll conclude on this episode. But right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Burger Chef. And here is a commercial. It's a Halloween commercial from 1976, I believe. So sit back and relax and let the spookiness begin. Ooh. I'll be right back, everyone. Thank you.
Gosh, Burger Chef, it's Wolfburger the werewolf.
Where can I get delicious burgers? Where can I get fun food? Where, oh where?
At Burger Chef.
Where?
And now at participating Burger Chefs, you can buy fun meals that now come on Halloween magic meal trays. There's a magic trick in each fun meal. There are 10 different magic meal tricks you can collect.
Burger Chef, you're incredible.
Flex your business with an American Express Business Gold Card. You'll earn 4 times membership rewards points on your top 2 eligible spending categories, like transit and electronics, each month, on up to $150K in combined purchases per year. Plus, you can now earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at AmericanExpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold, built for business by American Express.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Burger Chef. That was a Halloween commercial from 1976. I remember watching this commercial in the 70s when I was a kid on television. Burger Chef was a very popular fast food chain. At the time, it was founded in 1954 in Indianapolis and spread across all over the country. Went out of business in 1996. It was bought by Hardee's. To tell you the truth, I never went to one. I wish I did, because I love fast food. I can't help it. Oh, I don't know what it. I don't understand the appeal of it. So, still eat it once in a while, so you can't help it. But I try not to. It's not easy. You can find memorabilia on eBay, if you're interested to buy Burger Chef items. There's also a couple of videos on YouTube if you'd like to watch. It's very interesting. I watched one of them. It's very interesting about the history of it. I did a podcast episode about Burger Chef, which was very good to me, that is. And I think I did it about a year ago, year and a half. You can check my library. You can find it if you'd like. So that was fun. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said this will be part 2 of Chicago Business I Would Like to Return from the Dead. And so part 1 was yesterday. I had a lot of fun with that. And today we're going to cover, movie theaters, restaurants, bakeries, toy stores, some stores, odds and ends, and we got a lot of ground to cover. Before I get started, I'd like to mention one thing. we heard the news yesterday that Matthew Perry died, and that was a shock. To tell you the truth, I wasn't entirely shocked because he's had in his personal life he's had a lot of problems and all that. I hate to say that, but yeah. So because he was abusing drugs and for a long time. And he wrote a memoir, and I saw that TV special with Diane Sawyer last year, and it was aired around this time, and it was like he was revealing a lot of things, and quite shocking, And he was struggling still, and he went into rehab about dozens of times, and but when you see him on the screen, you don't see that. He was a good actor, and very funny guy, And on Friends, a TV show that made him famous as Chandler Bing, he was hilarious. That was a perfect role for him. As for Friends, I didn't watch much of it when it aired on Channel 5 in Chicago, but then the reruns came, and then on Channel 9, and then it became very popular. I used to see a rerun now and then, and it's hilarious, and he was great. I'm just waiting for him to say something. Like someone would do something silly, or he'd like to observe things, and that's how he was. He wasn't like a smart ass or anything like that. No, it was just... that's how his character was. And my favorite scenes of him are when he's smoking and he quit. And then he resumed smoking, because of stress and all that. And they have a few videos of that on YouTube, and I watched them last night, and they're hilarious. But he did manage to quit towards the end, I believe, of the run. But it's not easy. So that was enjoyable, but I'm so sad, and so is everyone else, and I bet the cast is like heartbroken over it. We grew up watching him in the '90s, in early 2000s, and he did other shows. I remember one show he starred with Valerie Bertinelli called Sydney, and he played her brother. That was a good show, and it ran about, I don't know, in 89 or 90 or something like that, and he was good. But he started a lot of television shows and I know he guest starred in Growing Pains. It was like a 3-part episode where he played a young man that he had a drinking problem, and he crashed through a tree, and then he died in the hospital. And that was sad. That was heartbreaking. Of course, his father was John Bennett Perry. He's an actor. He was famous for the man from the Old Spice commercials. He would throw a bottle of aftershave to you. I remember him on Falcon Crest. He played a sheriff. He did a lot of television. So that's my condolences to the family. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay. So let's get started. This is going to be part 2 of Chicago businesses that would like to return to the dead, from the dead, that is, excuse me. And I'll start with movie theaters. There's a couple of movie theaters I'd like to return. One would be Ford City Cinema. Now, Ford City, it's still the movie... the theaters is still there, only it's moved to another location, and it's 14 screens. But I'm talking about the original one, where it opened in May of 1966 and had 2 screens. And during the 70s, I went to that one, saw all kinds of movies, and that was fun. That was at the Ford City Shopping Center on the southwest side of Chicago. Oh, that was great. I saw a lot of movies. One of the most infamous one over there was Jaws. And I don't know. I got scared to death. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch the movie. I had my head down. I had my eyes closed. It was very scary. Oh, my God. It was long. 2 hours of, I kept opening my I was doing like this, covering my eyes, like that. It was terrifying for me. And I was about, when it came out, it was 1975. I was about 11 when it came out. And uh, that was, I refuse to watch it. I can't watch it. I just can't. Even if it's on cable, I know it's not real, but there's something disturbing about it. I just can't. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a wonderful movie, but it's I don't know. You got to face your fear. I tried, but not with this movie. So so Fort City, that's a place I would like to return. In its heyday, but no, because things have changed. Also, I would like the Coral Theater to return, which was located on West 95th Street, east of Cicero Avenue in Oakland, Illinois. That was a great theater. Not too big. It had some fancy I think in the lobby there was some fancy design or painting or like that, or like I'm not sure. I forgot what it was. But it was an old theater, and the the one movie I saw over there at the Coral Theater was my mom, my brothers, and my mom's friend, her children went to see Gus. That was the mule that played football. That came out in 75. And yeah, I think 75 or 76. And that was hilarious, and it was a Walt Disney movie. And Gus wore a football uniform and a helmet, and he kicked the football and the field goal. Oh, that was great. I have it on DVD. So I like to see it again. It was fun. That was a great memory. It really was. Let's see what other theaters. I don't know. Any local theater was nearby. Oh, there was one more. I forgot. The Double Drive-In. That was a famous drive-in movie that was on West Columbus Avenue in Chicago. It was right next door to the Zayre department store. Well, discount store. And I went there a few times, and it was great. Get in your car, you sneak some kids in the trunk or in the back seat, and you would get food, and a lot of fun. It really was. Okay. All right. So next up, well, I'll get to restaurants in a moment, but first I want to mention a couple things. One, I failed to mention yesterday's episode was Polk Brothers. I would like that store to return. That'd be great. And it was, it was founded in Chicago. It was like one of the few appliance stores that sold color television. It had the famous Santa Claus and snowmen for Christmas. You get that. Oh, those are rare finds. I would love to get one of those. I have two of them similar like that, but it's not from Polk Brothers. No, it's in the. I never used it, so that's the store I like to return because I still have a refrigerator that we bought. That my family bought in 1974. It's in the garage. It doesn't work. It's from General Electric, and it's very sturdy. It was a great, good refrigerator, and they had great products. And Christmas time was wonderful. You buy a Christmas tree and all that, and it went out of business in 1992. That's a business I would like to return from the dead. Also, toy stores, like for example, Children's Bargain Town. Oh, I want that to come back. And then it turned into Toys R Us, and then that went out of business, but now it's returning somewhat. Yeah, they're going to return to some. I know Macy's has a section of that, and also now they're going to bring back brick and mortar stores. Oh, we need those. I mean, come on. It's fun to browse in a store, any store you want, and especially a toy store. I used to, you go there and you look at the toys that you remember when you grew up. That's fun. I mean, you could do it at home with your computer, but that's not the same thing. So that's another business I would like to return. Yeah. Okay. Then let's see what else. Yeah. Also bakeries. There's 2 bakeries I would like to return. Of course, one is Dressel's Bakery, with the famous chocolate fudge cake. Oh, that business, I think a lot of people will agree with me that would like to make a return. We miss it. It's spoken all the time, and every time I post a picture or an ad on my Facebook page, people reminisce. They said it was the cakes were delicious, all the desserts, and it's a shame that they disappeared. Also, the second one, of course, is Bernie Brothers. And Bernie Brothers was also found in Chicago, and they, too, had wonderful desserts, breads, and then later on, Jewel carried them, like in the 70s, I believe. And then they just disappeared as well, and I don't know if they were in competition. Maybe. I'm not sure. And those 2 I would like for that to return. I really would. Yeah. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play a commercial. Going to take a break. And then when I return, I'll talk about restaurants that I would like to come back, and some odds and ends. I think at the top of my head. But right now, I'm going to play a commercial, and this commercial is Weeble's Haunted House. And it's from Romper Room, and it's from 1976. I remember this very well. Weebles, wobbles, but they don't fall down. You can't get that out of your head. So here's a commercial, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
In a Weeble's haunted house, Weebles wobble all about, and it's a real exciting place to be. A smiling ghost with glowing face has a secret hiding place, and that's not all, there's plenty more to see. Cause a Weeble's haunted house is a great place to be. Weeble's Haunted House, including glow-in-the-dark Weeble Ghost from Romper Room.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Weeble's Haunted House. Those were like egg-shaped toys, roly-poly toys that they were released in 1971 by the company, the toy company that is, Play School. And, and the catchphrase, of course, was Weebles, wobbles, but they don't fall down. And that was used all throughout the 70s and the 80s. And then, they're very those are collectible items, and they had other sets, like, for example, Treehouse, Tarzan, Camper, Playground, Marina, Circus, Funhouse, Mickey Mouse Club Set, Mickey Mouse Magic Kingdom, and a Western set theme. So there were others, it's like that. So they're fun toys. I never owned one. I was too old by the time they came out. So, but the commercials were classic. They really were, and still are to this day. You watch them on YouTube. If you watch them on YouTube, they're fun to watch. They really are. Okay, now let's continue with part 2 of Chicago businesses I would like to return from the dead, and we'll start off with restaurants. Everyone likes that. Yesterday I posted the Magic Pan. To tell you the truth, I never went to this restaurant, but I remember hearing about it from a lot of people, and it was with the crepes, and they had like a lot of delicious food, all kinds of the filling in there. The first one was opened on East Walton Street. I don't know the exact address. I think 58 or something like that in 1971, and it's originated from San Francisco. So they brought it in the Chicagoland area, and then they opened to many locations. One was in Oak Brook, at Oak Brook Center. I think there was one in Orland Square in Orland Park, and probably I think Hawthorne Center, all over like that. I'm not sure. So that was great. It was a great restaurant. I read somewhere it came back somewhat. I don't know if it's in San Francisco or here in Illinois, maybe not. But you go to a restaurant these days and you order a crepe, like that, filled with stuff. It's almost the same thing, like a pancake or something like that. Let's see what other restaurants I miss. I miss like a few pizza places, like one like Barnaby's. I know there's a couple of them on the north side of Chicago, but I'm talking about the Barnaby's that was near my house, near Bogan High School. Oh, it was good pizza, and also there was a place called Luigi's Pizza that was on South Pulaski, about 85th Street, right across the street from Vito and Nick's. And Vito and Nick's, believe it or not, is still there. I went there a few months ago. It's still great. It's a Chicago classic, but Luigi's was very good. Now they have Conti's, but it's not the same. It's not Luigi's, but Luigi's was one of the best, and we used to order there all the time. When we lived in that area. Let's see what else. Also, Wags. That was a good place. That was owned by Walgreens. I would like that to come back. Let's see, a few Greek restaurants I want to return. Of course, the Parthenon. I want that to come back. And let's see what else. Pegasus. Those two from Greektown. And let's see what I'm talking. What other Greek restaurant would come back? No, this was the two main ones. There was also the Paragon that was in Oak Lawn. That was a great place. Okay, and of course, everyone wants to come back in. It will return to come back in. On Melrose Park. Oh, they want that place to come back so badly. Oh, and I just thought of another one. I can't believe it slipped my mind. John's Garage. I would like John's Garage to come back. It's located in Fort City, also in Schaumburg at the Woodfield Mall, also at Hawthorne Center. I think there was one in Fox Valley, maybe. But the one in Fort City was awesome. Famous for their French onion soup, steak on a stick, potato skins. Oh, everyone in the neighborhood, everyone I knew in high school, always stopped by there after a movie or just went there for dinner. It was great. It really was. And I remember the gas pumps in front. The last time I went there was not in Fort City. It was in Schaumburg. I went to travel school at the time. It was like 1994. Fort City 1 was closed by then, but we were in the area, and me and the other students went there for lunch. We celebrated. We finished school, and it was still the food was still good. And some people remember the skating ring. I remember that. I remember the skating ring they used to view when they were dining. Like that. But it was a great restaurant. It really was. If I think of any more, I'll think of something. It'll come on the top of my head. Okay. Also, I would like to return from the dead is a few things that involves like television. I would like Creature Features to come back. Yeah, I wanted to come back. That's a very popular topic We have Swinguli. Swinguli's great. I like him. He's a friend of mine. I talked to him through social media. But with Creature Features, there was no host. I think there was a host at one time, but that's what, according to some articles on the internet. But of course, it's famous for that dung, 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 that music, Experiment in Terror, from composed by Henry Mancini. And it premiered in September 29th, 1970. And then they showed these old Universal horror classics, Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, also other classic movies, The Black Cat, and also Godzilla. We showed this, but that was fun. That show I would like to come back. Let's see. Also, another two more TV shows. Maybe Bozo Circus. I don't know how you could bring Bozo Circus today. That'd be a little tough, but everyone grew up watching it. We need some kids need some entertainment. Looking at a tablet or a phone, that's not the same thing. We need live entertainment. You take them places to see. But watching on TV, that was a fun experience for every child. Especially me. And also, I would like BJ and the Dirty Dragon to come back. Of course, Bill Jackson died about last year, I believe. But it was fun, a lot of fun. And we need kids shows, but daytime TV has changed very so much. It really has. But so let's see what else. I'm trying to think, but I can't think of anything else. But once this podcast is published, you can comment what you would like, what business you would like to return. It'd be great. Also, this sounds strange, but I would like, when I grew up in the 70s, I used to watch TV shows in the afternoons on Channel 9, Channel 32, and Channel 44. Channel 44 on WSNS TV in Chicago was something special. It was like low budget, but they put on some great reruns, and it was so antiquated, and it was like very nice. I love that era. And now it's been a Spanish station for many years, so that was fun to do that. Okay. All right, so that's it for this show. That's the conclusion of part 2 of this Halloween episode, Chicago Business I Would Like to Return from the Dead. That was fun. And this podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, also Amazon Music. Also, Breaker, Overcast, also be published on my blog, fanchicagoland.blog. Also on my YouTube channel. I keep repeating to people, if you want to just go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button, do a search, do Vanish Chicagoland Stories, hit the subscribe button, you're all set. You'll get a notification of next episode, and please listen to all of them if you can, if you're interested. If there's a topic there that you would like to listen, please do. Also be posted on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Twitter, that's what X is called, Reddit, and Instagram, and Threads. Also, it's on TikTok. I do post on TikTok, so you click on the link and it'll take you right there to the podcast. Okay, so I will do another podcast Tuesday, which is Halloween. Yeah, I probably will do one. I'll do something very special. Well, I'll tell you anyway. It will involve Creature Features, and I probably discuss like the 10 most memorable movies I watched on that series. Also, the scariest. So that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I think I did something like that before. I'm not sure. Probably. But I'll do it again. I don't care. It's Halloween. I'll talk about a few things about Halloween, too. Okay. So this is Speaker Simons, your host for Van Chicago and Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful Sunday. It's cloudy. It's cold. But people will stay in, watch the Chicago Bears or any football game. I'll do some stuff. It's very relaxing. This kind of weather makes me want to take a nap in the afternoon. So that makes me feel good. All right. Everyone have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. And here's bye-bye for me, and here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.